Hello and welcome to this video on polymorphism in Java. In this video, we'll be seeing about what is polymorphism. We'll be seeing a simple example to understand polymorphism. And we'll also be seeing why do we need polymorphism, and at last, we'll see different methods to achieve polymorphism in Java. So let us dive into the coding part. So polymorphism is an important concept of object-oriented programming. It simply means more than one form. That is, the same entity, method or operator or object can perform different operations in different scenarios. So what do I mean by that? Let me type a code. I'll have a class polygon, and this polygon has a method called render. Now inside my render method, I'll just print a message to know that I'm inside polygon. Rendering polygon. Yeah. So now I'll be extending this class to a class named square. Square is part of a polygon, so I'm extending the function of render to my square also. So what happens? Now I'll try to paste the same code here, but instead of rendering polygon, I'll be rendering square. Right? Since it's a square. Then I'll have a class named circle. Class circle. And it also extends polygon. If you remember properly, the hierarchy is the different types of polygons are square, rectangle, circle. So I do the same. I extend my polygon for circle also. And inside my circle, I have my same function as render. In my render, I'll just change it to circle. Now I have three classes, and my class polygon is extended for both square and circle. Coming to my main function, I'll try to create two classes, square and circle. C equal to new of circle. Now I try to run my s.render and c.render. So if you look at the code carefully, I have my test main and I have three classes, polygon, square and circle. Both my square and circle extends my polygon class, and every class has the method render. Now let me try to run the program. As you can see, for my square, it's showing rendering square and it's showing rendering circle. In this example, you have created a superclass, polygon, and two subclasses, square and circle. Notice that the use of render method, the main purpose of render method is to render the shape. However, the process of rendering a square is different than the process of rendering a circle. Hence, the render method behaves differently in different classes. So we can call this render method is polymorphic. So why polymorphism? Polymorphism allows us to create consistent code. In our above example code, we can also create different methods, render square, render circle, to render square and circle respectively. This would have worked perfectly. However, for every shape, we need to create different methods. It will make our code inconsistent. To solve this, polymorphism in Java allows us to create a single method, render, that will behave differently for different shapes. A note that is the print method is also an example of polymorphism. It is used to print values of different data types like character, integer, string, etc. You see, when we try to type system.out.println, println, can see our println can hold string x, object x, string s, int x, boolean b. So our print statement itself can hold various data types. So this is a part of polymorphism. So how can we achieve polymorphism in Java? So there are different ways to achieve polymorphism in Java. Those include method overriding, method overloading, and operator overloading, and many more. So first we'll be looking at method overriding. During inheritance in Java, if the same method is present both in the superclass and subclass, then the method in the subclass overrides the method in superclass. This is called as method overriding. In this case, the same method will perform one operation in superclass and another operation in subclass. So in our same example, we have our polygon class and our square class. And our square class extends polygon. So our polygon is a superclass and our square is a subclass. The method render is present both in polygon and square. The use of render is to print the information. However, it is printing different information in polygon and square. Based on the object used to call the method, the corresponding information is printed. So this is called method overriding. So when I declare my polygon and use my polygon to call my render, then I would be getting the rendering polygon. If I had declared my circle, I'm getting my circle's answer if you see it here. So this concept is called as method overriding. The note is that a method that is called is determined during the execution of the program. Hence, method overriding is a runtime polymorphism. So the next topic is method overloading. In a Java class, we can create methods with the same name if there is difference in parameters. So what do I mean by that? For example, if I have my class addition, which performs addition operations, and imagine I have my add and it has one parameter int a. So addition of only one number is going to be the same number. So I'll be returning the value of a. Since we are providing a return value, our return type should also be same as the return value. Then I would have my add function. The only difference here is I would be having int a and another parameter int b. Alright. So my return value would now be a plus b. Logically, this should throw some error because we have two functions with the same name for the same class. It's not even superclass and subclass, but no error will be thrown now. The only reason is because of method overloading. What do I mean by that? We have our int a and int a int b as parameters. So our program is capable of differentiating the method with one parameters and two parameters and work accordingly. When I try to call this function add with two parameters, this method would be called. If it is called with only one parameter, this function would be called. And same goes for if I want to have only one parameter but a different data type, still we wouldn't face any error because of method overloading. I will have to change it to double because our return value would also be double. So our code is also capable of differentiating between an int a parameter and a double a parameter, and it will be sent accordingly. This is known as method overloading. So in this video, we saw what is polymorphism, a simple example to understand polymorphism. And we saw why do we need polymorphism, and at last we saw the different methods to achieve polymorphism like method overriding and method overloading. Hope this video is helpful. See you in the next video. Thank you.